Pod Deep Podcast. Be very quiet. Kick back. Listen up. Subscribe, comment, and like. Pod Deep Podcast. Pod Deep.
All right, episode 42. We back. Pod Deep Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow us. Feels good to be back. Feels good to hear that music, y'all. Feels good to be back, man. Say what's up, everybody.
What's up? What's
yo,
up?
Yo.
What's going on?
Feel good to be back. Feel good to be back. So we back to our regular scheduled program. Episode 42. Regular scheduled program. We're gonna go hit some topics, but we always started like we always do with the question of the day. All right, boys, here's the question. We back on OnlyFans. That money getting low, so you back on OnlyFans, right? You agreed to do OnlyFans. You pulling in $500 a day doing OnlyFans. Quick math, that's $15,000 a month. You're making $15,000 a month doing your thing on OnlyFans. Okay, doing your thing on OnlyFans. As the month goes on, your first month goes on, you realize you only have males following you. Like you have no females following you. You only have males following you. You're doing everything on it. You know, you get in the bag. You're doing everything. So you shirtless, you doing some shit on OnlyFans. $500 a day. You realize you only got male fans, male followers, and you know what comes with followers? You start getting DMs from a whole male public. You need the money. You need the bread. You're making $15,000 a month. Do you keep doing it?
I'll go first. Yeah, I keep doing it. For five, you said 500 per day?
500 a day.
Yeah, I keep doing it. I ignore the messages and get the money. Yeah, I keep doing it.
So you got you getting hit up with private messages from men. You get inboxed. You getting dick pics.
Feet pics.
Feet pics from men.
500 per day. Say 2,500 a week. Yeah, I keep doing it.
You're making about 15 a month.
I keep doing it.
All right.
Answer honestly. Think about it. Answer honestly.
For me, if I'm resulting to being on OnlyFans and I'm getting that kind of bread, I'm not stopping. I don't care who on the other end paying.
Okay, but you doing your thing on OnlyFans, like you shirtless.
If I didn't put in my mind to do all of that on OnlyFans, I'm not answering that stuff. I'm going to spam somewhere. I ain't even looking at the DMs.
But what are they getting on your OnlyFans? They telling you to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever they tell, if the 500 coming in a day, and I'm already committed to being on it, I'm doing whatever they tell me to do on this OnlyFans, on the camera.
So you bending over and shit when they ask you to bend over, and you rubbing your chest, you rubbing oil on your chest and shit.
Okay, you said something different now.
Yeah, you said something different. You twisted.
You doing gay porn?
It's OnlyFans. It's an interactive platform, and you got all men. Just like how men do women. It's all you got an all male audience.
I will be doing it as long as I'm in that.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Once I find that out, I got to do something else.
But you in the bag, right? You in the bag, and let's just say you got 6 months of doing this to get out. You killing it after the first month? Yeah, that's what I thought. He gonna be doing it all 6 months.
Squeak, what you think, man?
Man, I think that money gonna trap me. You know what I'm saying? I would hate to go out like that, but shit, I have to keep going. As much as I wouldn't like it, but like Ann said, if I program my mind like that, I wouldn't even thought that I would have been in my mind thinking, yeah, I'm getting all this money from my female followers and stuff like that. It will alter it, but I'm making 15 a month. I ain't stopping shit. I'm not gonna answer that shit. The private messages, but I think I'm in it to win it, and I'm trying to bank as much as I can.
What's the difference between that and ugly broads?
No, it's a broad.
Yeah.
To me, it's a broad. It's definitely a difference. A broad and a male. Hell no. I gotta find another way. I gotta find another way. I mean, I get it. I made the decision to start doing it, but in my mind, I'm thinking the women gonna be, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I find out I got nothing but men following me. I got nothing but men giving me, to each their own, but I got nothing but men texting me, sending me pictures. They on the OnlyFans live telling you to do different shit.
How long this lasts?
I'm out. I ain't fucking with it. I'm out. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So, hey,
you put your mind to it. You already knew what it was before you started.
I thought I knew what it was. I thought it was going to be a gang of women. I thought, but I didn't know. So I thought I knew what I knew.
I mean, you.
So did y'all hear my answer?
As far as we know,
I didn't hear your elaboration, but the answer was no, right?
No.
Even if you had to do it for 6 months to get out of that.
No. Fuck no. There's no way you can dress this shit up. I'm not doing it. I can't program my mind to be like, oh, I ain't worried about it. It's just niggas. They telling me to rub my chest and do all this. I can block that out. I can't.
So
motherfuckers rolling in Walmart, showing you their dick.
If a cat tell you to start twerking for him, you gonna do
it. Man, I need you to hit that cash app or whatever the button is. I put it this way, the way you put it, I'm in desperate need financially.
I get it.
So at that point, my mind is different. I'm trying to figure out, and all we doing is something over the video. We ain't no contact or nothing. I got it in. I need to get this bread, and then I'm done.
Nope, it's too many jobs out there.
You probably only doing 30. You probably doing 10 to 15 minutes worth of work, and you making 15 a month. You ain't gonna find nothing. You ain't gonna find nothing that's gonna.
And I don't have to take his. If somebody get too crazy, I'll be like, decline. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's just regular stuff. It ain't nothing crazy. They ain't asking you to have sex on camera, but they might want to see you with your shirt off. They might want to see you in your underwear.
I think when it's out your comfort zone, you just tax them. If you desperate like that, you just tax them. You want to see me without my shirt? $250. $250. $450 to see my toes.
Dude.
You just put it outrageous. If they meet that price, you know what it is. Like, shit, I can't keep doing this shit now. You know, they got me out of my comfort zone.
You niggas 5 minutes away from sucking a dick.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Y'all 5 minutes away, man. It's away, man.
That's crazy.
All right.
Doing that.
So we got
three people.
Three that's in it to win it. And 2 that ain't gonna do it. I can't. I'm with you, all right. I'm with you. All right, man. All right, that was the question of the day. Let's keep it moving. All right, so special ed, I got it made. He's in the news. He's in the news for a quote that he made. The quote was, NWA brought an age of destruction to the youth. We kind of talked about this a little bit in our group chat, but I guess kind of wanted to get you guys' opinions on it. So I'm going to start with you. How did that quote resonate with you? You think it's fair? You think it's unfair? What's your thoughts on it?
So my thought is that, you know, when I think about NWA, and I'm gonna be honest with the whole perspective of thing, NWA really have 3 damn albums. You know, 2 albums as a group. They were never really on the radio until, you know, Express Yourself. So they never got the marketing ability like Special Ed is trying to say, you know what I'm saying, where they were being played everywhere, you know. And in our age range, we were probably like were we about 12, 13, 14, or maybe 11 when NWA possibly dropped. So we either heard it from our older siblings, cousins, whoever had it. But we weren't hearing it on radio. We weren't seeing it on national videos or anything of that nature. But we were probably hearing it is as we walked around the neighborhood, we probably heard it through the cars and stuff like that being played. You know, and it's violence in every city from the East Coast to the Midwest to the South to the West Coast. So anything that they were rapping about, it wasn't like they were introducing anything that we didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? And there are other artists that were out there rapping rough. Coogee Rap was an artist that was a hardcore rapper. Boogie Down Production was they start Criminal Minded, their first album. There wasn't no bubblegum type of rap. It was out there. But what Luke did, he's the first artist to put the explicit lyrics sticker on the album. Without that, you get none of the hardcore gangster rap. You know, you had Ice-T out there. You had Schoolie D from Philly. So now I don't agree with Special Ed. I think what Special Ed had a problem with, he had a problem with that bubblegum type of rap that I like from him was hard to follow when the reality rap came. It was hard for him to do it, but it really shouldn't. He should have just kept doing what he was doing because NWA lacked the radio promotion. They lacked the video promotion of other rap groups and stuff like that. And how they became successful is just a blessing because everything that you would want as an artist, they were not given. They were not given those major platforms and stuff like that and stuff. So for them to even be mentioned and even inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know, they broke a lot of barriers. Yeah, where they were speaking on what was going on in the neighborhoods. They didn't introduce gangbanging into hip hop by no means, in my personal opinion. They were just talking about, you know, F the police, whatever, just stuff that we all knew about, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. And I'm a fan of NWA and I'm a fan of Special Ed, you know, Special Ed stuff like that. But I totally disagree with his comments towards NWA and how he tried to say Wu-Tang is for the kids. Wu-Tang is doing the exact same thing NWA is doing from an East Coast perspective. They ain't made one kids anthem song that I know of, you know, and that's my spill on it.
So before I bring the rest of the group in, you know, he really made he said brought the age of destruction. In y'all minds, do y'all think it was do y'all think there was East Coast? Was it more message? Was it more philosophy versus West Coast gangster rap, or was it? Did you hear like the gangster kind of shit from East Coast, or was East Coast just more like a message, like KRS-One, you know, that kind of stuff? Was it more I guess, political versus gangster rap at first, and that's the difference. Or
they had hard, like Just Ice was hardcore. Schoolie D was I mean not Schoolie D. Scholar Rock was
Cool
with
G
the
Rap.
B crew. They got killed.
Okay. All right, Brian, what's your thoughts on that? On Special Ed?
New York niggas are some of the most hating ass, bitter ass motherfuckers that you run across. Like if you don't do it in New York, then it's like it's not legit in their eyes. Yeah. So I get a little bit of that. Like, Special Ed ain't the only New York rapper or New York rapper who feel this way. It's a lot of New York rappers out there that feel like NWA fucked hip hop up or some shit. But no, I don't agree that they brought about the destruction of our youth. I mean, I think the government did that, in the 70s, 60s, when they, start taking the black father out of the homes, so now you got single parent moms raising these kids. To me, that fucked up the youth right there, not NWA. It's just hate. I mean, hip hop, did they change hip hop? Of course. They brought a different perspective. They brought the West Coast. They put the West Coast on the map, and to me, in a sense, they put the Midwest on the map too, because we identify more with what NWA talking about than what East Coast niggas talking about. Like, we don't know nothing about trains and wearing one pants leg up and all that shit. Like, we don't know nothing about that shit, but we know about Dickie suits, you know what I'm saying, and dope band Nikes. So to me, it's just more New York hate and just being bitter. Like, they never really got over the fact how the West Coast took hip hop from them. Like, I don't think they ever got out of their feelings over that.
Good point. Jay, what you think?
Let me try a different approach. So I guess this is a group question. So as kids, I don't think their gimmick, like their hardcore gimmick, really lasted that long. I don't really think people really took them seriously enough to like go out and physically do anything. I think it was just people just liked their image and, like the music at the time, which was just a reflection on what was happening in the world. Anyway, it's not like they made these songs and then ignited some riot or some movement. It was just like a reflection of what was already happening. So I disagree with him. It's generally, to me, that's what music is. When you hear a song, it's just a reflection or a story or a point of view by something that already happened in the world. So the music isn't really, to me, it can influence people to do certain things, but I don't think it's influencing the masses. So for me, I disagree with that Special Ed comment also.
Okay. And what you think?
You can't name one song. You can't name one song that they did that says Crip or Blood.
Right.
It's true. It's true.
I think
I'm gonna twist it up a little bit like Jared. I believe, this is me, they told the truth, but it's a copycat kind of a world. And I believe they inspired more people to start rapping more gangster style. That's the part where I think Special Ed is touching on. They was the pioneers to it. They seen success where they got people in the streets like the NWA. So they got their fame, they start getting it. More people start copying that type of rap, and then it start becoming more popular. Then you start getting where you rapping about stuff that you didn't do. That was NWA. So then niggas felt like they had to do the stuff to rap about it. And that's why I think he's coming on at. NWA started that, Dre, you ain't no damn gangster. You a studio gangster. You ain't put in the work. Then it's like, so now it's like, you got to put in the work to rap about it. Otherwise, you just that. And that's the part where it started. Our generation started believing it.
Yeah.
I mean, They started believing. They like, I can't just go and make music and talk about it. No, I got to, but then actually did it. And that's when it started getting kind of crazy. And people start doing the stupid stuff that they trying to rap about so they can just say, well, I did it too. That's my point.
No, I can't put it on the
agree.
music.
No. I mean, it's in the music. I just believe.
I can't put it on the music because long before NWA started rapping, motherfucking gangbangers from LA was going to these other cities in the dope game, bringing dope to the Midwest, to the South. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that's what ignited gangs and shit, not NWA.
I'm not saying NWA started the gangbanging, but they blew it up. They made it cool to be.
How when they never said Crip of Blood in any of their songs?
No.
They never mentioned no gangs in their songs.
It's just about a lot of people wanted to rap, and they felt like in order to be a gangster rapper, you got to be a gangster first. So you have people out there just doing stuff willy-nilly, like I got to be a gangster to be a gangster rapper for me to be authentic.
So before NWA was like fuck the police, of course, but was the word hoe bitch prevalent in hip hop music? Like was it that prevalent in hip hop music? Do y'all think so?
Yeah, Too Short. Too Short predates NWA.
Yeah, but I mean,
but that's what I'm saying.
That's close though, right? 89.
But every song he ended with bitch. He went on tour with Eazy-E and stuff like that. You had Ice-T, you had King T. Those are West Coast guys that's speaking about their neighborhood. And then you got Just Ice, you got Craig, not Craig G, but Kool G Rap.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing bubblegum about Kool G Rap.
I get it, but who put it on the stage for everybody to see? I think is what Special Ed is thinking. Like who was big enough to reach the masses? NWA was really big, was big enough to reach the masses. Why? Too Short, right?
No,
I think that's what he's saying. They were big enough.
All that was underground rap before NWA.
That's a fact. That's what it is. NWA is an underground group. And then you got the Ghetto Boys that's coming from Houston because they're around the same time as NWA. It just became the culture because you got Public Enemy. They speaking positive. They're not rapping about nothing gangster. Right. And they're not as big as they should have been. You got X-Clan. They're not as big as they should have been. But you got a bunch of positive rappers that's not blowing up. You know what I'm saying? NWA is not even getting played on the radio. All their videos wouldn't get played.
But the point is, I understand that. But the point is, it was so generic. It was not generic. It was so it captured. It wasn't big, but they made it so big. Like NWA blew up because they were so controversial, right? They blew up because fuck the police. They blew up because they had like superstar frontmen. They blew up because they used bitch, hoes. I think what he's saying is that became prevalent in music when they came in. They brought, even though it was there, but I think they made it popular to the masses. I think that's what Special Ed is saying. They made it popular to the masses. So
that's true. You can't deny that. They did.
I think
how can you make it popular to the masses when your song is not being played? If you compare NWA to MC Hammer, which one is bigger?
MC Hammer.
Exactly, because his ass was on the radio, he sold more records, and his ass had videos. NWA was strictly underground.
The point is how they were, but how did they become so big?
Because word of mouth. Because in our age group, you couldn't go to the store and purchase NWA album at our age.
When they got where the police, tried to arrest them, that blew their street cred all the way up. Not everybody knew they was gangsters. And it made I just think it was more like they brought on to make it cool to be gangsters, and then made it to where people want to be make it true. Like they didn't want to be fake gangsters. So
I think they
that's my thought.
introduced. I think they should be credited for introducing reality rap, because what was going on in the streets, nobody was rapping about it, and you can't say that New York is this peaches and cream type of city. It was ran by drug dealers, so the rappers were being extorted in New York, whereas in California, the rappers in California were being extorted by the gang members. In the South, the gangsters in Midwest, they had that on lock. So every city had some real shit going on with it. You know what I'm saying?
But I think his point is nobody knew that until NWA exploded and he brought that on. We knew it because we grew up in the city. We know what's going on. But I think his point was it wasn't a known thing until NWA came in and what he said ruined the culture or brought destruction to the youth. So, but newsflash, he already done took a step back off that. He already said his words were misrepresented. So he already backpedaling from that because I guess some of the LA rappers just start killing him about it. So
but
that's
weak on his part. He should stand on that shit.
From the history of rap, rap is not the same.
Say that again.
I agree with Rod. You said it, stand on it.
Yeah.
I ain't changing because unless it's affecting the money.
He might have been high. They got him high, and he just changed his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how bold and courage you have to be to come out with a song, "Fuck the Police," and perform it and be threatened to get off the stage. Like they deserve to be the trendsetters. You know what I'm saying? Even coming behind Run DMC, who the East Coast was more about the party. But as we started getting older and our lives started changing, we kind of catered towards reality rap more so than party shit. Because
definitely. It was their life. You can't discredit them.
Right.
That's the life that they live in LA. That's the life they live. They getting pulled over by the cops, they getting beat by the cops, and they letting you know about it. So I think they were speaking their truth. So that's why I disagree with Special Ed. I thought he had a good idea what he was talking about. I kind of understood it. But you can't tell me what my truth is. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna rap what's important to me. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting my ass whooped by police. I'm gonna talk about it. But one thing I keep getting hung up on, I really believe the West Coast introduced into the mainstream calling women bitches and hoes is what I think. That's my personal opinion. I think
that's true.
I think they brought the destruction and the disrespect of women is what I think they did. So
okay,
that's my personal opinion.
KRS-One calls Roxanne Shante what he degraded her in the song.
Yes,
that's like 86.
Yeah.
Two Live Crew was
a battling type of form though. They was rapping, they was battling. That was kind of like a battle, right? KRS-One.
Yeah, Roxanne Shantae's only good for steady fucking.
Right.
That's what he said.
Yes, but it was all in rap context, right? It wasn't just him calling her out. They had rap beef, right?
She never said nothing like that about him, though. And she was a minor.
I think she was talking. I don't know the whole story, but I just think that was an issue between them two that they ended up on wax with. But NWA, that's what they just hold bitch. That's what they did. So, but that was cool. Any last thoughts on that?
Hating ass East Coast niggas, man. Hating ass East Coast niggas. They kill me with this hip hop and like it's so pure and all that shit. Nigga, it was all kind of shit going on, man.
So let me ask this to everybody. Do y'all think that he was right when he said Wu-Tang made album for the kids, made music for the kids?
Fuck no.
Yeah, he said that.
Fuck no.
He ain't right. No.
What about you,
that
Jay?
Shit came me like
no.
What was it? ODB rushed the stage and stopped and was saying Wu-Tang is for the kids and all that shit.
And they take that and keep saying that. I'm thinking that's an inside joke because we know for a fact they never had one kid anthem. Shit.
Yeah, I don't remember none.
Yeah.
Right. So where you get off that lets you know he had to be high then.
Mm-hmm.
He had to be high.
I don't know. All right, cool, guys. All right, let's move on to the next topic. All right. After 27 years of being an unsolved crime, the Las Vegas cops think they figured out who killed Pac. So Dwayne Keefe D, y'all might know a little bit more about him.
Keefe D.
Keefe D, the nigga 60. But after 27 years, they think they got him. What's y'all thoughts on this? J-Rock, we're going to start with you. What's your thoughts on this, man?
This guy had been doing interviews for like 10 years or more, basically saying he was in the car. He handed the gun to his nephew. His nephew was the guy who allegedly killed him. The nephew's name, Orlando Anderson. Baby Lane Orlando Anderson. So he was telling the story about how they pulled up on Tupac and Suge. If Tupac would have pulled up on his side of the car, he would have shot Tupac. But they pulled up on the opposite side. So he handed the gun to his nephew. His nephew shot him. Now, he had immunity in Los Angeles. That's why he felt comfortable telling this story over and over again, on podcasts. But he didn't have the murder happened in Las Vegas. So this fool told the story for 10 years. Basically, he wrote a book about it also.
Jeez, crazy.
Basically saying he was an accomplice to murder. And he figured he was clear because LA gave him immunity while they were investigating the Biggie murder. They happened to come across him. They weren't even investigating the Tupac murder. They were working on the Biggie murder. And then they, caught him selling drugs and brought him in. And basically he snitched on everybody. But, he messed up. He kept telling the story, moved back to Vegas. Vegas reopened the case. And they have him, on the internet basically saying he passed the gun to the guy who killed him, which makes you liable, makes you, an accessory to murder. At some stage, you're just as guilty as the guy who committed the murder because you gave him the gun to commit the crime. Yeah, he messed up. But
so
I'm sure we'll get to it. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sure we'll get to it, but I want to know whether or not you guys think Diddy will get pulled into this.
So that's definitely a piece. So I guess the guy, what was the reason for him moving to Las Vegas?
Probably was cheaper than California.
Oh my God.
I don't think they got anything on Diddy. Everything is just hearsay unless they can produce that $1 million, or was it 100,000?
Half of it, 500,000.
500, unless they can get a bank receipt for that 500,000. I don't see how they can. It's all just hearsay.
So they saying that Diddy was part of it. He lined it up. Is that what they saying? Is that the rumor?
So supposedly, allegedly, he had put a bounty out, on death row chains, right? $10,000. So that's kind of why the incident happened in the mall out there where one of the dudes got their chain snatched, and that's how the whole thing jumped off in Vegas when they was stomping out dude because the whole chain thing. But apparently or allegedly, Diddy was gonna pay the Southside Crips to kill Suge and Pac, or Suge and Tupac, one of them. He supposedly he was gonna pay them like $500,000 to do it.
Gotcha.
So when it happened, allegedly he made a phone call to one of the Southsiders. I can't remember if it was Keefe D directly, but he asked, "Was that us?" When Tupac got shot, he asked him, "Was that us? Was that us last night?" You know what I'm saying? So it's all hearsay and all that. And there's another guy by the name of Eric Von Zip he's a gangster out of New York. He was cool with Diddy. He was cool with Keefe D. So, matter of fact, Keefe D got the gun from Von Zip. Is what the story he's telling.
Damn.
He got the gun, and that's who. It's crazy. That's who they say got the $500K.
Wow. Okay.
So when we say that out loud, does that make any sense to any of you all?
What do you mean?
A guy from New York brings a gun to Vegas for a guy that comes from California, and they drove. Does that make any sense to you, any of you all? And they gangsters. They gangbangers. Do that make any sense to any of you all?
That they got a gun from New York?
From a guy that's from New York.
That don't make sense to me.
Exactly.
That don't make sense to me.
All that shit is a lie. All that shit is a lie.
It makes sense when you know like the details. So Ronnie just said Von Zip was friends with Diddy and friends with Crips, so they knew each other.
How can Zip get a gun from New York on the airplane to Vegas?
Sometimes you buy a gun when you get in town.
Yeah,
You
Jay.
buy a gun when you get in town.
Word on the street, Keefe D was selling keys of cocaine. They gonna come with guns.
Okay,
but it was a different. Like, wasn't it a different? You could probably get through with a gun back then, couldn't you?
You had to learn how to break it down. You have to take it apart and put it in different luggage. You can get it that way, but just bringing a straight pistol through TSA, hell no.
But if you're a gangster, I mean, but living that lifestyle, like if you go somewhere, you know somebody that can get you a strap if you need it. Like
it's Vegas, man. Vegas is dirty.
But Jared, you driving your car. Y'all gangsters. When are you not with your
that's
gun?
what you said. That's what I want to get back to. Okay, so I've been listening to this story for years. So Keefe D told all this story, all the details you're talking about. He's saying when they drove up from California, they didn't want to bring drugs and guns because they knew they were crossing the border. So they were trying to play it safe. And he said, they didn't go to Vegas looking for trouble. They were just going to the fight. So they weren't going strapped up looking for a problem. So, sometimes when you go to a different state, you want to be clean. You don't want to take no chances.
So Hughes, are you thinking that this guy ain't guilty? What are you thinking? Are you thinking
I'm thinking he lying. I know he lying. So
about what?
Him and Keefe D and Suge play football together as kids. They personally know each other. They have a relationship with each other. Right after that murder, he reached out to them to have Orlando testify for him, so that Suge wouldn't go back to jail. Now, this is allegedly after they shot him in Vegas. Orlando took the stand and said Suge was trying to help me and get the other guys up off me. Now this guy just allegedly shot at you and he damn near killed Tupac, right? But he hit Suge in the head. So this shit ain't making sense by no means.
But that's a different lifestyle though, Squeak.
No,
they live by a different code, and he offered him. He gave him $60,000 to do it. So it ain't like he just said, "Hey, come do me a solid and testify." He gave the nigga $60,000 to do it.
But shit, think about it, Rodney. Like shit, we fucking selling keys of cocaine. We don't need your money. It's on between us.
Orlando, who's selling keys of cocaine?
Keefe D.
But Orlando was a shooter. He wasn't selling. He was just a gangbanger.
If you wouldn't feel like that would be a setup coming from a motherfucker that you just shot at.
How's this a setup?
Shit, I would if we just had some street beef and you talking about you gonna slide me some money, man, I ain't coming nowhere near your ass.
You sliding some money so we can all stay out of jail.
What was Orlando going to jail for? Because he went
hired to testify on his behalf. That's how it went, Rodney. Right?
Yeah, because Suge was facing a parole violation from the fight in the MGM. Right. So he gave Orlando $60,000 to say Suge wasn't kicking him. He was just trying to stop everything. So to me, it says more about Suge than it says about anything else. It's like this nigga don't give a fuck. Like he just, hey, you killed my partner, you killed my number one, but shit, I got to stay out of jail. So look, here, take this 60 racks, say this and that. That's just them niggas live by that nigga live by a different code, man.
I got a question. I thought I heard back when it happened that it was an inside job that Suge set all this up. Because to me, it sounds like it's an inside. All the people flying from LA or driving from New York down there. You sure it wasn't an inside job by Suge?
You ain't gonna be in the car, and
why not?
Listen, let me sum this one up.
You're gonna get shot.
Fuck that.
You're not gonna be in the car.
Let me sum this one up. And then I don't know if you want to move on or not. When it comes to that sports shit, sometimes I gotta fall back. But the rap shit is my category. Me and Rodney have this one. Just trust us. What we're saying is right. Now, come on now.
Now listen. The reality is
Now look, there was another caveat thrown into this now. And I mean it's not necessarily tied to Keefe D, but there's a transcript floating out there of a Southside Crip who tells a story that it wasn't even Orlando that did the shooting.
They said it was Big Dre allegedly.
Right. Which, you know, if Orlando's on the passenger side, now he got to reach over this cat to shoot. Whereas he's right there on the driver's side, you know, he got the, you know, he right there.
Yeah.
So there's a transcript out there of a Southside Crip who testified that Big Dre is a shooter and not Orlando.
Who was the target? Was it anybody? It was a Suge? Was it Pac? Who was the target? Tupac was the target. Okay, I got you.
All right. I don't think people realize that in 2023 there's two witnesses. There's Suge and there's Keefe D. And Suge, this shit could have been solved in 96 if he would have just cooperated, because he's the only person outside of Keefe D that really know and can identify the damn shooter.
He ain't gonna never. Now that's the code, how right? They don't fuck around like that. They ain't gonna talk like that. They ain't gonna talk for nothing. I don't know. Like, I'm new to this whole Keefe D situation. I ain't used to a motherfucker just because from what I was reading, this motherfucker couldn't keep his mouth closed. You know, he kept rapping about it, kept talking about it.
He thought he had immunity. What they call it a proffer deal.
Yeah.
So it's not immunity. So, it's just.
Let's ask the question.
Hold on, Rob. How did he get that? Why did they give him immunity or Crawford deal or whatever they called it?
Well, because they caught him on drug charges. They caught him on some separate shit. So you know, I guess that was his way of being like, hey, y'all got me on this, but hey, I'll tell you about who killed Tupac. If you know, if y'all interested in knowing about that.
So let's take a poll. You all think he going to jail? You want me not going to jail? You think he'll be convicted?
Yes. He's a clear accessory to a murder.
Yeah.
And that's state, and that's against the law, right? I mean, that's yeah. I think he's going.
You know,
just from his book and just from his interviews, right? Because no evidence, no gun, no witnesses that saw him, just his word against everybody else, right?
Yeah.
He basically told on himself.
His own words.
Yeah. It's almost like a self admission of it.
Okay. Would you rather
stage? I was high.
But I think you know, since he's 60, he might as well go and see if he can get Diddy caught up in it though. He might as well go ahead.
Yeah. He can do it again. He could do it again. That's what I was thinking. You say, hey, you want this one or you want me? I can give you Diddy.
I don't think there's no way he can get Diddy.
No, because like I said, unless you find that check, it's all hearsay.
Yeah.
So Squeak, you think he ain't do it? You think he didn't do it?
I honestly think he the shooter, and I think he didn't tell. I think he didn't tell Big Dre because Big Dre was still alive at the time. So he pinned it on his nephew.
Okay.
Nah,
Dre
he
was the
wasn't
driver.
alive. The other guy was alive. The driver was alive.
Dre was alive too. Dre died either.
He died in like 2015.
What is it? We in 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that when it came out, the confession.
I don't know. I thought the driver was the one that was alive at the time of when he did it.
Okay, I thought the confession came out at that time. So wasn't it Orlando that got killed first, and then I thought it was Orlando, the driver, then Big Dre, then
Man, wow. So, all right. So, how is it going to end? This dude going to jail, or is that how it's going to end? Is that 27 years? Is that how it's going to go in? This guy going to take the rap? He going to jail? That's what y'all think?
I think he going to jail for some shit that everybody already had solved, which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no mystery. There's no mystery around who killed Tupac.
I wouldn't say that, because in 1996, I didn't know who them dudes was on camera. I didn't know who Orlando was. I hadn't heard that. I was still under the impression the government killed Tupac.
No,
and shit.
I'm not talking 1996. I'm talking 2023. There is no mystery around who killed Tupac. So he finna go down for some shit that everybody already knew.
And the thing is, he was in the car where it happened at, so he by fault becomes the guilty person, no matter who pulled the trigger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right, cool. All right, that's enough. We're gonna have to revisit this Tupac again once all the dust settled and they give these guys some time. We'll revisit it. All right, moving on to this next topic. All right, Darius Cooks. Darius Cooks is a food critic, a national food critic. He goes around. He's kind of a semi-successful businessman. He's got cookware. He's got a bunch of followers on Instagram, a bunch of followers on Facebook. He does these shows where he sells out, where he cooks for people. So he's a really a known blogger, a known social media person. Recently, he's been doing these tours of these cities where he would go and do reviews of Black restaurants. And what made me bring this up to you guys is that he was recently in St. Louis, and he just kind of murdered these Black businesses. I mean, he really just murdered them. He really killed some businesses based on based on what everybody think of him. So my question for you guys is, Black man who's got successful doing a business, now going around killing other Black businesses. How do y'all feel about that? Is that fair? Is that something that he could do? Or what's y'all basic feeling on that? And I'm gonna start with you.
Well, I would first ask the question, does he give the good businesses their props? Like, is it always all negative, or do he give the good businesses, Black businesses, their props?
From my looking at it, he's tough. Like, he's tough. He goes on a really hard scale, but he does, when he finds a place he likes, he does give it good reviews. But I heard he's ultra tough. So I guess yes, he'll give you your props if it passes his stringent criteria.
Okay. So for me, it's valid. Everybody ain't gonna, he just speaking his truth. And he has a following. He goes around just like, don't nobody want him to say everything is good, and then you go there and be like, man, that was kind of whack. You feel good. He said it on his truth. He like, if I say it's good, you can almost bank it. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's saying. So I feel like it's valid. And restaurants, you're not gonna please everybody. Some people gonna like it, some people ain't.
Okay. All right. Jerry, you got any thoughts on it?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the Darius Cooks, but I just did a quick Google search. You know, I have to lean on it being bad. It may even be true, but you know, sometimes people need time to figure out recipes and customer service and layout of a restaurant. And some people, you know, start a restaurant, they put their last savings, all of their life savings into a restaurant, and they're just trying to, you know, be their own boss and trying to figure it out. So I don't think uh, reviewing them, giving them negative reviews, if it later causes them to lose business, is a good thing to be doing, you know, just for Instagram likes. But you know,
Mhm.
a restaurant reviewer, so you open to the public, so you're up for to be scrutinized. But one other thing, him bad mouthing, you know, black owned businesses. If you do a quick search on him, he has a bunch of complaints
Yes.
about people buying cookbooks and cookware and tickets to his live shows, and you know, not getting what they pay for. So how can you
Mhm.
badmouth black businesses when you are a black man, which you are a black business, and you giving people alleged, you know, bad service? So
And that's the rub. I think that's the rub right there. Go ahead. What do you think, Hugh?
I think I think what he's doing is total bullshit. You know, I'm a guy who on my downtime, I love watching the Food Network. I
Mhm.
love watching diners and drive-ins and dives, I think is what I call it. Sorry. I never hear guy shit on anybody like that.
Yeah.
All the food he's tasted everywhere he's been, I've never heard him say, "Oh, that shit horrible right there." I've never heard him say that. There's better things you can do with your time than to put another business down. You know what I'm saying? You could give a review like, hey, this is a nice hopping spot and stuff like that. You can talk to the chef to the side, like, I'm just letting you know, hey, if I was you, I would try this recipe. I would add this season right here. This is another way I would cook it. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different taste buds. I'm a guy who I don't like a lot of salt on my stuff. I don't cook with salt really. You know what I'm saying? So if you take my opinion on something, you may not, you may feel like I know what I'm talking about, but my taste buds are connected directly to me. You know what I'm saying? What I feel like he's doing is I feel like it's bogus. You know what I'm saying? It's hateful. You know, I seen him do a review on Hurl's Chicken. He put all this sauce on there, ate a French fry, and was talking about, yeah, that's authentic Hurl. Man, all you ate was a French fry.
Mhm.
You ain't eating no chicken. You ain't eating none of this. And,
Uh-huh.
and you bragging and ripping and raving how it is. Man, he too saucy for my taste. You know, I don't feel like what he's doing is constructive. You know, I don't have to lean on him to get a point of view of this restaurant. I saw what he did, how he ripped St. Louis and stuff like that. Like you just going around the country, man, just shitting on your people. You know what I'm saying? You proud of yourself about that? You
Yeah.
proud of yourself? And then you turn around doing bad business with your own people. You're
Yeah.
not producing and giving them the merchandise and the events that they paying for. You ripping them off. Like, come on, man, get your shit together.
Yeah, I think I'm you know, it's tough for me, man. It's tough for me. I think the way he does it doesn't come out of a place of I want to help, I want to give back. It comes out of a place of hate almost,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where you shitting on these people, man. And
Mm-hmm.
like Jared said, you know, this could be they last, you know, this could be they all their life savings put into something, and they trying their best. You know what I'm saying? They trying their best. There's a way that you could give constructive feedback and not just totally shit on them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just the way he does it kind of, you know, kills me. He does it in a way that is so disrespectful, and I think it's for the likes and it's for the views. Is why he does it that way.
That's what I was gonna say. That's his gimmick.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
he softened it up, who watching it? Who watching him? He ain't getting paid.
I
He
think
coming on. People like to hear that toxic stuff.
I don't disagree with that, Ant, but he's in such a place that he could uplift so many businesses. Like he has so many followers. He has so many people that rely on his advice. He can do a way better job of lifting, giving critique, giving specific critique. He don't have to be as nasty as he is about
Right.
it. That's
Now,
what my thing is. He's killing. I mean, he's destroying
now,
these businesses.
I believe, based off what I heard a little bit, do you think he's asking for money for a good review?
I don't think so because I think he's made a lot of money on what he do, but I don't know that. I don't think so.
Because I just heard him say he ate a French fry and he gave it thumbs up, right?
Yeah, he put some sauce on it. It was like from Harold's Chicken. He was trying to make sure it was authentic because I think he's from
He's
Chicago.
from Chicago.
I don't know where he was at when he was reviewing this. And he was just trying to see, I guess, if it compares to the Harold's Chicken that he grew up eating in Chicago. And when he took the bite out of the fry, he was like, "Oh yeah, this is authentic." Man, get on with it. Like, stop.
What I'm understanding is, I think that's his gimmick as far as
I think
What'd you
Andy
say,
Willis.
Ant?
I was just saying is that's his gimmick on how he get his views, his likes, his followers. It's being hard bashing these businesses, black owned. That's how he get it, and people love to hear that hate. So that's how he just. I don't like his business plan. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night hating on all these businesses to get myself a come up. But
Yeah,
that's
you
what he
say that for OnlyFans. That's your come up.
I just believe in
I
karma,
knew
man.
you was
I
gonna say
believe that good energy you put out, it comes back to you. And it's only a matter of time before it started affecting his own personal business, stuff like that, you know.
Rod, I don't know how much you heard of a conversation, but we was discussing this Darius Cooks. You got some thoughts on it?
No, I'm really like I kind of saw it from afar, but I guess my question, I would pose this question. So do we owe it to ourselves as a people to not tear each other down like that in public? You know, is there like an unwritten code that we should be living by? Like, you know, hey, this shit might be garbage, but let me not tear another, you know, black person down.
Right.
For
Yeah,
the,
and don't go out your way to do it.
Rodney, I think you hit it right on the nose, man. You could be like, it wasn't for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kept it moving. That wasn't the meal, but he destroying them. But I'm with you, Rodney. I think there's a way you could do it. You don't tear each other down. You just say, "Oh, that wasn't for me. I didn't like that, so you should try it though."
Or not give your honest opinion. Just like, hey, I'm in town. This is the spot I ate at. You know, this is the location.
Could do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go in on them people. You know what I'm saying?
But there's two sides to that though. We got to do better though, man.
That's
You know, we got to do better too because you know there was a place that's posted that they opened at 11. Man, they went open till like 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do better. I understand that we gotta keep this in house. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep this shit amongst us. But if you gonna advertise your business and you gonna have food, you got to make sure that you got the responsibility to make sure it's clean. You got to make sure your customer service on point. The food is almost the last thing, man. You got to make sure everything else, courtesy wise, is on point to me. You got to make sure you open up on time. You got to make sure it's clean. You got to make sure your customer service on point. I think.
But you got to make sure, and the stuff you got on the menu, you have.
Yes, yeah, just that kind of stuff, man. Just that kind of stuff. So, no, but I thought this was an interesting topic, man, because I just, you know, like Rodney said, getting back to, do we owe it to another small business that's trying to survive to big up them, or you know, are we going to be truthful or what?
Don't he owe it to tell his truth though?
Yeah,
you want him lying. So basically, you want him lying.
Nah, it's a difference between telling the truth and being flat out nasty and mean to a business. It's a difference between telling the truth and just being nasty and mean, you know.
What were the restaurants that he trashed?
something called Kitchen Soul, Creole Soul. He did Creole Soul. He did Kathy's Kitchen, which I love Kathy's Kitchen. He did uh Catherine's Kitchen too. There's one called Kathy's Kitchen, one called Catherine something. There was about 6 restaurants that he did, but he was real. This one is called Neo Soul or Neo Creole Soul or Neo Soul. I mean, he lit up. He told these people up, man. And but he's done it. He's done it in Indy. He's done it in St. Louis. He's done it in Virginia. So he's just going around, you know, only doing black businesses. Only doing black businesses.
I'm okay as long as he ain't lying about it.
Okay. I mean,
That's his truth.
But he don't go to any other restaurants.
Nope, just black businesses, just black owned restaurants. I think that's his niche. That's what he
Oh, he
wants.
wild as fuck then.
Yeah.
He wild as fuck. Now I can see if he's, now if because now it just seems like you're just targeting black businesses to bring down at that point.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing.
So
yes, but and to his credit, he has given some people some good reviews, but he's so nasty on his bad reviews. That's what's getting the spotlight. And like Anthony said, it might just be for the clicks. I don't know.
Yeah. He only getting black businesses. I'm okay with that because he trying to get you some publicity. And believe it or not, bad or good, it'll make you want to go see.
Not with food.
Not with food. Not with food. And if you cooking rice and somebody say that there's roaches in your food, ain't nobody going there to get the food.
Let me see how big the roaches are in the rice.
No. But see, that's why I asked: is he telling the truth?
His opinion, you can't.
You just said it's nasty.
You can't validate that, but it's the statement that he's making on the little things. We all feel different. Some people. I was reading a post. He had like you shouldn't have a restaurant and use canned vegetables. And I was reading the comments and the thing. People's going in on it like fresh vegetables are very expensive and they're very difficult to get. Sometimes they're seasoned and stuff like that. So a lot of people had different opinions. A lot of other people was chiming in saying, if you have a restaurant, you shouldn't be using canned. I shouldn't have to pay you double for something I got in my house. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is warming it up. Mm-hmm. You step to the shelf, and if you this self-made millionaire and you just tell them a better way on how they can go about it. When I watch, go ahead.
So basically, he pulling the curtain. He letting you behind the curtain. He like, man, they clowning. They giving us canned vegetables and cheap food, and it ain't good.
Mm-hmm. In his opinion.
In his opinion.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, in a nasty way.
In a nasty way.
Well, I get it.
All right. All right, boys. That's enough with the Darius Cooks. Certified Lover Boy got a new album out. For all my dogs, Drake came out with his album this week. He calls some strays. Joe Budden. Joe Budden said Drake is making music for children. So the gist of what Joe Budden was trying to say is that his music is not his age appropriate. So Drake is a 38-year-old man, but he said he's still out there, writing for the teenagers, writing for the young 20s. His lifestyle is for the 20-year-old. He says his music is not growing with him. My question is that smart? Is that how he's staying relevant? What y'all feel? He done made a ton of money. Is that what he? So, how y'all feel about that? What's y'all thoughts on that?
Drake, that's a hating comment. Drake has the longest run of any artist, hip hop artist that's active right now. I mean, some of his throwaway singles are hits that's not on the current album. You know what I'm saying? Like he has channeled something that other men have failed to, or the other artists have failed to channel into the youth. That's just not easy to do. That's a thin line to have to walk. You know what I'm saying? To channel that, to have a song with Sexy Red, that's a new artist, coming up out of St. Louis, to throw her on your album. You know what I'm saying?
Do we really want to claim her?
Huh?
I said, do we really want to claim her?
You ain't got no choice, right? And she the hottest thing on the street.
She popping.
All you got to do is travel. Next time you travel, go out somewhere, you're gonna hear Sexy Red, and they're gonna be skied on that mud.
I wouldn't know it if I hear it.
They love her in Atlanta. That's crazy.
They love her. But that's my thought on that.
Is that him staying relevant, or is that just him making good music?
Yeah, that's both. That's both. That's both, because every artist can't pull that off. You don't want to hear Big Daddy Kane rapping with Lil Uzi Vert. It's like, come on, what you doing, Kane? Because we hold certain artists that hit that's at a certain caliber, we hold them to a certain level, and we kind of stunt their growth. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Drake is, on the other hand, has been a guy that has lent his verse out to a new up and coming artist, and then got them back on return. So he's riding the wave. You know what I'm saying? So,
J Rock, you got some thoughts on this Drake?
Yeah. Joe Budden is just expressing what a lot of people think. I was talking to my wife about it. She's a Drake fan, and she made the point about how she likes the old Drake, not so much the newer Drake. I think Joe Budden is just talking about growth in your music. As you get older, you expect your content to kind of change and grow up. It's like that maturation of Jay-Z, where, he was the dope boy. I got a point about Jay-Z too. I think Jay-Z, it's a side topic we can probably get into sometimes later. But I think at his core, Jay-Z is probably more like a player pimp type of rapper than a dope boy rapper to me. Maybe we can explore that later. And add on to that later. Shit, I lost my train of thought. What are we even talking about?
Drake.
Drake. He's just talking about growing up. Like, start with the kid shit. I have to agree. I listened to some of it. It's just like this same old whining. There's no growth in it. So he has had a crazy run, but everybody's run comes to an end, and it might be coming to an end. It's kind of getting stale.
After how many years?
No, I'm not doubting his run. Run is crazy, but it has to end at some time.
Think it's it? You think it's it, huh, Jay?
So what? He been around for what? 10 years, 15 years?
Was it 2009? 2008?
7, 8, something like that. I think.
2000, maybe 2000.
The run is crazy. His run is undeniable.
Right, what you think?
I say do what works for you. If you wanna rap for teenagers, and do that. If that helps, if that works for you. Too Short been rapping since '82, and he ain't changed his shit up one bit. And he, to me, whose career would you rather have? Too Short's or for some rapper that was hot for, like I say, who was someone who was hot for like 5 years? I mean, hot for 5 years.
Chingy?
Oh, damn. That ain't no comparison. I was gonna say, who would you rather be, Too Short or Chingy? But that's not it. That's not a fucking comparison. But yeah, Too Short. He's done what he's done. Ain't changed up. It works for him. To where to Squeak's point, if we saw Big Daddy Kane out here doing a drill song, we would be like, wait a minute, like, hold up, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
So you find your lane and shit. You ride that motherfucker till you can't ride it no more. I'm cool with it.
So is his lane just whatever? Is his lane? Is he that? Is he that kind of art? He can do whatever.
I can't see him coming out with some grown folk shit.
Okay.
You know, to me, that's who he is. A nigga that's gonna be, you know, in his 40s, in his 50s, unmarried, still trying to be the young nigga.
Right.
You got
Joe Budden's point is kind of corny. Do you think it's corny? Even though you say keep doing it, do you think it's corny? After a certain point.
Rodney, you should have used Joe Budden. Do you want Too Short career or do you want Joe Budden's career?
I want Too Short's career.
Exactly.
And Too Short stay in his lane. You can't say he you know tried to grow or mature with his audience. He's like, fuck that, bitch. You know, all day. So
and Joe Budden can actually rap. I like Joe Budden. He can rap. But where he went in his career, I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't say he matured with his music, you know what I'm saying? Because he had a point where he don't make music no more.
And I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't like it when these niggas do that shit.
We do what?
Like grow up and want to make mature music. I don't like it.
Okay.
Like there's two people like Ludacris. I used to fuck with Ludacris, but that nigga grew up and I'm like, I don't fuck with him. P.I. is another one. Like he want to get mature and shit. Like, nah, I don't fuck with him. Like that might be the asshole in me, but I don't want to see Don. Don't grow up. Like, just keep rapping what you rapping.
Oh, man.
Just keep doing your shit, nigga.
I agree with Rodney.
Okay.
Kind of like if that's what you do, keep doing it. If that's what you came in doing, keep doing it. I don't want to see you didn't got 40 and now you trying to do something different. That ain't what I liked about you at the beginning.
Right.
Just keep giving me what I want. Don't give me what I don't want.
Look, so
Jay-Z was still talking dope rap.
Yeah.
His age. You wouldn't think that was corny. You'd be like, keep going.
Keep going.
So corny.
Yeah.
So
you see, I think that's what happened to Rick Ross. All that dope boy rapping.
You think Rick corny now?
It's not that I think he corny. I don't think it. And I'm a Ross fan, man. I'm a Ross fan. I don't think it matured well because same thing with Pusha T. It's only so long you're gonna be talking about. You know what I'm saying? This drug game stuff, and you ain't no boss.
But how long can you listen to Jay-Z talk about art? Like I can't listen to that shit. If that nigga say Basquiat one more time, it's like, come on, chill with that shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you can tell it's coming to the end.
So to me, and let me just speak for me. Like we're in our mid-40s, we're children and married and all that, but we still ratchet in our heart.
Mm-hmm.
We still got that ratchetness. Mm-hmm. So, okay, I live a normal life. Sometimes I don't want to hear that shit. Give me some, give me that real shit. Spit that shit you spit in 99. Like, don't talk to me about no fucking art. Fuck that. Tell me about dope. Tell me about bitches. Tell me about, the block. And I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say, oh, man, this nigga ain't showing no growth. Like, nah, fuck that. He entertaining me.
Well, I like how Scarface do it. He raps hardcore mature. And I love that about Scarface.
What about Snoop?
Huh?
Snoop
a character.
He's a character for chisel manizzle. He just something else, man. He just
like Snoop.
Everybody loves Snoop. Everybody loves Snoop.
Doggfather, it was the changing point in that nigga's life. Like he was the rawest thing out. He was bigger than Tupac. Yeah. He was bigger than any rapper.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the Doggfather, and it all went down from there. Now I know he music now outside of music, he's fucking like Shaq. Like Shaq's everywhere, Snoop's everywhere.
Yeah.
But musically, the Doggfather killed that dude, man. He's never been able to bounce back from that.
And that's how you know Suge didn't know what he was doing. Because he shouldn't have made him do no album under those circumstances. Because he was battling a murder trial. And he's not Tupac. Tupac lived for those kind of moments and you know that chaos. He could take that and fuel that. Snoop was a whole different animal.
But how good? I mean, but even still, how good of an album could he done with no Dre?
Me. Yeah, you gonna
I
hate.
mean, he got Daz.
It's off the top. You gonna hate me for saying this.
Doggy Style.
But the no limit. No limit record.
I never heard it.
If you like Doggy Style, you that's all Daz.
The No Limit record was good.
Not the first one. Not the first
one, right?
No, not the last. The one with "Bitch Please" on it.
That's the Boss.
Yeah.
No Limit, Top Dog.
Yeah.
So, but that went back to West. They had more West Coast type of flavor to it.
I get it.
So that's where he kind of made a bounce back. But you know, is the Doggfather the worst sophomore album? Well, we have to pose that on the next question. Is that the worst sophomore album by a big artist ever?
It would be, but he has an excuse. He had
Murder was the case was after Doggfather?
No, that's the soundtrack. That's on the first album.
So we don't count that as his album.
No.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Well, we have to get back to that one day.
We do got. I
want to see this damn last question we got. Like, where the fuck did the Blade put that question in? Or what?
No, that's. I'm gonna end this topic and we'll go to that last question. So this topic was, my wife brought this up. She said she's getting tired of Drake. He needs to grow up. He's running around with these goddamn Borettes and colored nails. He's like that nigga needs to grow up and start. So I'm like, yeah. If the women are starting to turn against him, Jared, you may be right. He may be on the clock. I agree. Your age should dictate. I think Joe Budden had a good point. I don't think it was true hate. I think your age and how you grow, you should experience more. You should have more to say, in my opinion. So
this happens every Drake album, though.
I appreciate growth. I appreciate you talking about something new. I appreciate your new spin on life. So I think I'm opposite from what Rodney was saying. So, all right. Last topic. I lost all money over the weekend. I lost a lot of money. Mainly because of these 49ers. And I thought, and I scrambled I'm gonna let Ant lead this discussion, but I scrambled my head trying to think about the last 10 years, just the last 10. Is this the best football team? And I know they ain't won shit yet. They've been there, but is this the best team in the last 10 years? Can you name a better team in the last 10 years? I couldn't. I wanted to see what y'all can do.
I'll start this off. Heck yeah. It's better teams in the last 10 years.
Name one.
The Rams team that won the Super Bowl.
What, the 1999? I mean, not the 1999.
No, the recent one.
19?
The recent Rams team that won the Super Bowl.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of them Kansas City teams.
Yeah.
No way.
I ain't gonna give you Tampa because I don't believe that they was. It's been better teams in the last 10 years.
Shit, last year, Eagles.
No.
Eagles didn't win last year.
But shit, they was better than the 49ers.
Nah.
They beat the 49ers.
Every team that won a Super Bowl the last 10 years are better than the 49ers.
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
I ain't gonna say every team. It just said they too incomplete. Your question is still too incomplete.
because they haven't won the big game. But they've been to the big game the last 4 out of the last 4 years. They've been to the big game. What, 3?
No,
They had 3 different. They had different quarterbacks to do. It's look.
So here, let me explain my thought process on this. Let me explain my. You can name an All-Pro player at every level on the 49ers team.
Yeah,
every layer. You have a pro player, a All-Pro player. That has never been done. That's never happened. My 19 Rams, we had 2 standouts and we had a decent quarterback and a left tackle. That's it. This 49er team, they got somebody, they got an All-Pro on the line, they got an All-Pro linebacker, they got an All-Pro secondary, they got an All-Pro running back, they got an All-Pro tackle, they got an All-Pro every level on the field, they got an All-Pro receiver. They coach is considered one of the best coaches. Their quarterback is the only inconsistent piece, and now it's become consistent. You cannot name a team that had all these All-Pros. You cannot.
It sounds good, said, but you still got to win and shit. And in 10 years,
they won their last 14 games.
That don't mean shit.
They won their last 9 by 30 plus.
That don't mean shit.
What? Who they lost to the Eagles on a bad call. On a bad call. Their quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only way they lost.
The year before that, they lost to
Tampa Bay. Year before that, they lost to Tampa Bay.
Year before that.
Before, the reason why we say that,
Rams. They lost to the Rams the year before that.
Yeah.
Right. So the only reason I say that they not there yet is because we still got question mark on the quarterback. And the quarterback is the most important person on the football team.
What you questioning?
It's just week 5, said.
But what you questioning?
Well, the question. He's in the great.
Tell me what you questioning.
You question it, if he get hit hard, will he get the fuck up?
Yeah, he got hit hard against Dallas. They hit the shit out of him in Dallas. I mean, he got put on. He was pressured.
But the question is still gonna be, in a tight game against a good team, can he do it?
Does it necessarily?
So far, they've been no tight games. They've been blowing people out.
Right, and that's what they're trying to. That's what they're trying to keep.
That says about your team. It's the best team. It's the best team.
They're the best team right now. But isn't the ultimate goal or the measurement stick to win the championship?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they haven't won the Super Bowl. But they have. The last 3 years, they've been a top 4 team the last 3 years.
So if you asking your question, if the 49ers the best team in the last decade, my answer is no, because Kansas City in the last 10 years have been consistent getting back there. And they made it to the big dance. Now, out of that time, out of them 10 years, they've been to the Super Bowl, if my memory serves me correctly, 3 times, and they're 2-1.
Yep.
I think one of the 49ers ain't been one time. Now they got close, but they ain't been one time.
We did.
They've been once.
Kansas City beat us.
Oh shit, I'm tripping. Yeah, Jimmy G's quarter. I'm tripping. Yeah,
but
you're right.
I'm gonna just say that Kansas City team, when they had Tyreek Hill and all them that won, I can't remember which year. That Kansas City team was loaded. I must say
they wasn't that good.
So they had the best quarterback. They had the best player. They weren't loaded.
Exactly.
So
that's what trumped them over the Niners for me.
So the Niners right now, they have one of the most complete teams that we've seen because they have skill at every level.
Right.
But this all didn't come together this year. It's been years. It's been a process in the making. Yeah. But I can't say they. I can say they're one of the most complete teams. Can't say they're the best because last time I checked, the 49ers still haven't won a Super Bowl since '94.
Right.
So until they check that off, I won't say best, but right now on paper, they have one of the most complete teams that you've seen in the last 10 years.
I'll take
And
that.
the quarterback is a big thing, though. See,
it is a big thing, but the quarterback is answered. The quarterback question is answered.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Why? I mean, why?
Because you don't know what he can do.
Yes, you do.
He looks good right now.
You absolutely know what he can do. He
You
done
do
did it.
You done did it.
He done did it 9 straight games.
I mean,
so let's
if
throw something
you
on
listen
there.
to
So you
some
saying they
people-
going to the Super Bowl?
You say that again?
You saying they going to the Super Bowl guaranteed?
Hell yeah, they going to the Super Bowl.
Let's put 10 on it.
All right, you got it.
All
you
right,
got
let's
it.
put 10 on it.
Anybody else want it? You got it.
That was a sucker bet. Hughes, you might as well cash out that 10-9.
You
You
got it.
want something, Ant?
I'm a 49er fan, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes or no? Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Now, cash out them 10 too, then I'll take it. That's easy money.
All right.
But I'm going to just say it like this. Yes, they are one of the most complete teams, and it seems like they got everything working right now. But it's still, we haven't seen them play Philadelphia again, and Philadelphia is a team right now. Philadelphia and them, it's about matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
It's about matchups. What the 49ers struggle against is them damn mobile quarterbacks.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. The last time they had Philadelphia on the ropes.
Well, I know, Philadelphia is going home.
They a swerve call, a swerve catch at the goal line, and your quarterback blew the quarterback shoulder up.
What game was this?
The NFC Championship.
When Devontae Smith made that catch on the 1 yard line or something.
Brock Purdy got hurt in the first series, didn't he?
Who?
Yeah.
Purdy? Who?
Yeah, Purdy got hurt.
The first series.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, and they didn't have a backup.
That game wasn't in question after that.
Huh?
They had Christian McCaffrey at quarterback. How was that game in question?
We was in it in the first.
What's your argument? I don't understand. What are you saying?
We was in it.
How was that? I mean, I must be remembering the game wrong because
we was in it.
Purdy was hurt in the first couple series.
They got a bad call. 49ers got a bad call against them on that bomb that should have been an incomplete pass.
So it was a close game.
In the first half.
That was the first.
And then the fourth string quarterback dropped the ball on the snap.
Yeah.
And it kind of went downhill.
It was a bunch of. That's the last time they lost, right? That's the last time they lost.
I think when that time roll around, I think I'm gonna ride with the Eagles.
Okay.
That'll be in the playoffs. They don't play in the regular season. It'll be for all the marbles.
That's what I said. I think I'm gonna roll with the Eagles.
I don't like the Niners. I hate the Niners actually, but I gotta give them.
Hey, I put my bet in. Shit.
All right, Jared, you got anything to add to this?
He sleep.
Free Keefe D.
It's on me.
I said you got anything to add to the 49ers and the
second best team. You got to win the Super Bowl multiple times. You can't win it once. You got to win multiple times.
That's my last point. They've been NFC Championship game, Super Bowl, NFC Championship game, and they're gonna run away with the NFC this year. They the best team on paper. They the best team in real life. I never seen that kind of talent.
Barring injury,
yes.
Barring injury, it's them and Philly. Philly, the only team that got a chance at clipping them.
So are you saying? Are y'all talking 17-0?
I'm talking 17-0. I think they can go 17-0.
No way.
Hey, shit! I was gonna bet. I was gonna bet who was gone.
I think they can.
They can, but they won't.
They won't, because it's some swerve always gonna happen. You're gonna
I
get
was
caught
gonna
up in a
bet
swerve game.
who's
They're gonna
lose
they're
first.
gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
One of them guys to Seattle.
Could be.
That's somebody like they're gonna end up getting them a division opponent.
Philly plays them hard though. Philly plays them hard.
Rams might flip around and get them. You never know.
They struggle. I mean, they struggled with the Rams in the first game.
But the Rams playing. That's how they just play each other like that, man. It's just they gonna beat us. They gonna eventually beat us, but we'll swerve them a little bit.
Yeah. They gonna beat y'all because none of y'all want to tackle Debo.
Yes, that's a big piece.
None of them want any of that.
No smoke. They don't want no smoke with Debo. All right, boys. We at the end of the show. Yeah, y'all know how we end every show. Before we start our swerves of the week, please like, follow, subscribe. Everywhere you can get your podcast, Pod Deep Podcast. We're going to start off with these swerves of the week. Jared, you got your swerve of the week on deck?
Drake making these teeny bop ass songs. What if Michael Jackson kept doing? I'll be there his whole damn career. Grow up. Too old for this shit.
Throw your ass. Ed, you got a swerve of the week for us?
Yeah. Cedric Montgomery for thinking the damn Cowboys had a chance against them Niners. Swerve of the man, you swerve of the week.
That's a swerve of the year right there. That was so terrible. God damn, that was so terrible. Squeak, what you got?
I got Mike McCarthy as my swerve of the week, man. You know, like you got rid of your offensive coordinator, and you came out there and you didn't have your team ready for your biggest test, and they got their ass whooped. Only put 10 points on that defense, and just the offense just looked like shit. So that's my swerve of the week, Mike McCarthy.
Terrible. What about you, Ryan?
I'm gonna go with Jamel Charlo.
Ooh, oh my God.
He's a swerve. I know it wasn't this week, but he's the swerpiest because that effort he gave against Canelo. I mean, I'm getting off topic, but is Canelo that powerful, that strong, that good? Because
man,
it's a lot of fighters that he make look like that. Like the Russian dude.
I always thought that was a fixed fight.
You know, like damn, just he make every damn near everybody he fight, he make them timid. Like, is he that strong?
Right.
Like, is he that good? Like, damn. But Charlo, you know, he didn't try. Like he was there just to make get out safe.
Now, what about it's different when you get in the ring and you feel that power?
That's a fact. You have to.
He didn't know until he got in that ring and he felt it. He like, whoa, I wasn't ready for this.
I'm not knocking your swerve, Rodney, but I went back and looked at that fight and what Ant saying is motherfucking true. He was out the ring for 16 months. Moved up 2 weight classes. Once he felt how strong Canelo was, there wasn't nothing he could do. He was fighting to survive.
Yeah.
So he like, I'm just trying to make it 12. His mindset went, forget winning. I'm just not trying to get knocked out.
And when he landed punches, it didn't do nothing to Canelo.
Really did.
Like the more he would have threw, he would have got his ass clipped.
But where at what point does I don't know. I guess. And listen, I guess it's. I mean,
and the thing is, he didn't have to win the fight. All he had to do was survive because he don't lose his belt. And I kept thinking back, like, why the hell he keeps saying that if he won, he was going back down to 154. He already had that in his mind.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
I got a question. What made y'all think he was gonna win?
He's tall.
Who said he was gonna win?
Yeah,
I thought
he had a punch his chance.
I personally
thought he was in the middle.
But ain't he the bigger person though? Ain't he the bigger person?
He's just taller.
He wasn't bigger. He wasn't because I thought in my mind, maybe because he was taller, I thought he was the bigger person. But I mean, Canelo when he
So
got there,
I'm asking, what made you think he was gonna win?
I
I
just
thought he was
thought
gonna
he
be the
had a
man.
punch. So one thing you got to realize, if you could think back to the fight, when Charlo would miss, Canelo would move the hell up out the way. Canelo took him serious. Like, even though Canelo's bigger than him, he took him real serious. He didn't light up on him. Like, he took Jamel's power seriously, and he used the defense. He kept his hands up. He didn't play around with him. So he didn't give Jamel no kind of chance to get no kind of lucky shot in on his ass, and he just bullied him. He punished him, you know.
God.
So you get in, you train, you do all this shit to get in the ring, and then you get hit one time, and it's like, okay, that's over with. I just want to make 12. I just want to make it to the end of the fight. To me, like that's like, why the fuck? I couldn't live my life that way.
But see,
That's the way people remember. People used to do that with Tyson. They'd be like, "Oh, it ain't that." After they hit him, their whole mindset to change.
I think Charlo's situation is different.
Those were bums that he fought.
Yeah, this dude supposed to be
I think Charlo's situation is different. They brought him to fight. This ain't no fight that he was planning for. They brought him to fight from his brother. So
yeah,
because he didn't earn it. He didn't earn it.
What Jamel? This was Jamel.
That's Jamel that fought, but Jamal was the one.
Jamal is the bigger one, right?
Yeah, he the bigger one. He the one at 160.
Gotcha.
So he stepped up to take the fight on because, I mean, both of them been out the ring. Shit, Jamal's been out the ring damn near 2 to 3 years.
But I got more respect for Amir Khan.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What happened to him when he got in there?
He stepped up and got his ass knocked out. He didn't just sit there and sit there and just be like, I can't win. I'm not gonna do shit. He tried and he got knocked out.
That's the difference. See, Canelo let Amir Khan take the lead in the fight. He tricked him. He made him believe that this motherfucker was winning. All he was doing was timing him and getting that shit together. He didn't approach Jamel like that. He didn't let Jamel hit him not one motherfucker time. He was just blocking and catching, and bullying him. So when Jamel felt his power, like, man, he put Jamel in the headlock with one arm. I was like, damn, he's strong.
He little boy is.
Yeah, that's. I was like, shit. I know. I kept saying he was fighting scared, but shit. At the end of the day, if you know somebody stronger than you, y'all got about the same speed. He bigger than you. You really ain't finna fight.
So you basically saying Spence gonna win against Crawford if they ever fight?
If they fight at 154, he has a better chance. If he comes back.
He was gonna go bankrupt on that goddamn Spence, man.
I'm all invested.
Oh, that silly looking motherfucker.
Make sure you hit me up. Because I'm
our bet still good. Me and J Rock bet still good. Y'all good.
All right. Hey, my swerve of the week. This boy on my favorite NBA team, he said his goal is to play all 82 games. Can y'all guess?
He gonna fuck around, miss the first game.
Glass? Is it Mr. Glass?
He gonna fuck around, miss the first game. Why?
Glass Joe AD.
I got
and twist the ankle in preseason and miss the first 2 or 3 games.
I got whatever's in my bank account that he don't play all 82.
Oh my God. So boy, he just gets me frustrated, man. So that's my swerve of the week. Like, come on, man. Why would you even say some goofy ass shit like that? So
no, Rodney. He'll make the first game, but game 2, he'd been to tweak the ankle or sprain the knee, and he'll be out 2-3 weeks.
I'm saying, I got what? How many games they just played? Their first 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
He only played like 12 minutes.
Something gonna happen.
He ain't gonna make it through the preseason.
Something gonna happen.
I know. He ain't. So.
All right, also, I got to give an honorable mention, swerve of the week, to Micah Parsons. He said that they was close. So that's an honorable swerve of the week. He said that their game was close. That the 2 teams is equal.
Micah said, y'all gotta see them again. That's what Micah said. Y'all don't want that smoke next time. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, they did a number. They did a number on him.
You saw what Debo said, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Debo said, nah, that ain't happening.
Like, you don't want that smoke. It's
Right.
gonna be worse.
You don't want that.
Because they called the dogs off in the fourth quarter.
They did. They really did. All right, boys. That brings us to the end of this episode 42 of the Pod Deep Podcast. Like I said, please like, subscribe, and follow us on anywhere you get your podcast. We out. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Later.